Okay, fellas, ladies, and gentlemen, the games are coming thick and fast. I should be 2-2, but I had a brain fart last game. I just needed a first down. I went for a throw, pick six, and that was it. Yeah, I've got 49 mil in cap space. Um, I'm not even sure what to do with this roster right now. Game should be kicking off soon. My opponent said he'd be ready around five-ish. Hopefully I can continue.
Ayo, asterisk thick and fast.
Hey,
Asterisk
yo.
quote, that's crazy.
What up, Taurus? T Ford in the building. Hopefully this game gets started. I hate like when I prematurely start a stream. Okay, we are good. I'm sending. Let's see. I'm just trying to just send a lot of pressure, man. Like I just want to be an aggressive defense. Um, just trying to be an aggressive as possible on defense. Want to make the guys make a few mistakes if I can. Let's see, man. This is probably the best team in Madden this year. I mean, stars everywhere. And when I mean stars, like X Factors everywhere, superstars everywhere. Um, like I keep saying every time I start my streams, I've got the Cardinals and I've got the Rams, and they're probably the two worst overall teams in the game. Um,
Tell me if the game plays different after the patch.
all right, I'll let you know. I did see some stuff in another set of notes in terms of like some of the I guess they're buffs. Yeah, buffs. I guess they're buffs. Pause. Buffs are some of the abilities. Ford. I mean, me and Ford talk about abilities and what have you all the time. I think the greatest joy I had last year was being able to experiment with a bunch of abilities, like just seeing what works. And it's not the same practicing using the abilities in like a quote unquote private CFM. It's just not the same. Um, so yeah, I mean they're locked among most leagues, but I'll be interested to see what the league does because I think they added inside threat. I've never seen inside threat as an ability. And so for all those guys with interior linemen and you set your abilities for the season, I wonder if they'll open it up, you know. I mean, listen guys, I like sim gameplay as much as the next guy, but at the end of the day, it's a fucking video game. Like if I've got to play with shackles on, like why? Listen, I'd rather them, in all honesty, get rid of the abilities from jump. Just get rid of the abilities. If there's a league with no abilities, somebody sign me up. And then you won't have this conversation of what abilities and what have you and OP, you know? We'll see. W- oh shit. Here we go. Best team in the league. Help me, Jesus. All right, let's see. Torres said, let's see how the game plays post patch. I don't know if I can tell the difference. When you're winning games, man,
This is the city,
you can
Los
tell.
Angeles, California.
But let's
That's
get
where
it.
we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Jesus, like I've got. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And then we'll see. I really should have had a win.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium.
Oh man, my depth chart probably got reset with the patch.
Hunter Renfrow to return it from his end zone. And he'll get it up
depth
past the
chart's
20
set.
to about the
No,
22.
Let's see. Oof. I don't like it already. Okay. Can I live?
Now the fourth-year man, it's Cam Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Eagle defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you talk about where they rank in stopping the run. Well, how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. From the 25, here's second down and 7. Going right back to Akers.
Come on, give me a little bit more shimmy than that.
To about the 35.
Give me a little bit more
It's
shimmy
a
than
Rams
that.
first down on a pickup of 10. And the Rams have 1 and 3 here in the early part of the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cover 3.
Stafford going to give this to Akers. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Now 3rd down and 7.
What should I do here? Is this pressure?
Throwing is Stafford.
I got it.
Taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us he's being a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Came right through.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
It's a bad throw.
And that is
The flash was wide open.
That's a pretty good opening
right.
possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something
Spots
of
are
a
wide
statement,
open.
especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 11. They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2nd down and 6 now. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
At long last, the Eagles have found their new marquee #1 receiver. They dealt for Brown in last year's draft, and all he did in year 1 was set a new franchise record for yards, 4th best in the league. He gets him a 1st down there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
Oh, how'd I miss that?
Loose inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. So a big play there running right. The DN couldn't get out. They couldn't stop him. It was the offense setting the edge and getting the big gain.
Yeah, essentially when you're the defensive end, when they talk about setting the edge so the offense has to bounce it one way or the other, instead that edge was actually rounded off by the offense and continued deep down the field.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Ooh.
This is caught. And the Eagles are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Why would they do?
Penny is into the end zone.
Why would they move that? The game killing me.
So both sides
Good
of the
run.
football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Oh, the what you call this gone?
To begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Give him 5
The
on
home
the
field
carry.
advantage shit is gone. I just noticed that.
Now they'll send Cup in motion right.
Some coverage. Cover 3.
2nd down, we'll go with Akers again. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Stafford now to throw. And He takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Here's Allen. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Second and 10. Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
And that play right there shows exactly why they're so good against the run. Held the line of scrimmage, held the point of attack, and stuffed him for no gain.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Hurts sets up to throw it.
What?
Oh,
come on, safety.
All the way down inside the 35.
Oh, my Lord.
A very well executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
Oh. That's got to be a pick. Saw it coming.
Dumbus animation.
Oh, man, tell me about it.
After 1-7,
Just stood there, yo.
EA Sports.
Just stood there. Ah, man, I needed that. Needed that one.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They go play action with Hurts.
Ah, that's all on me.
This is
My
Smith
son.
to the ground. And down inside
I
the
needed to
15,
believe.
shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Soft middle.
Yeah, absolutely. That's me
Throwing
too.
is Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That
I
is
think he's got
all
to be
me
careful
on
not
that
to
call
force anything
too.
into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Swift.
Good job.
That'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
That's how you set the edge.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll set up a throw.
Just looking out from a defensive perspective.
Yikes.
In the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you get a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones.
See if I can get something
going.
going.
Special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
That's all right.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's Stafford now on second down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Rams on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Stafford.
What a bad throw, bro.
Ooh,
I should have threw the ball away. There was nothing there. There was nothing there.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel.
Maybe I should.
They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. And came through with a big-time pick
14,
6.
that's all right.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0.
Need a score. Need a score.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And he returns this to the 22. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Stafford's throw, it's complete into the hands of Higbee. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Quick throw caught out wide by Renfro. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise, and start to put together some drives.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there. It's second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
Oh, get to the level, big fella.
Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee.
Oh.
And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
Just needed a
so the
drive.
completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th
I
down.
don't know if that crosser was open over the top. On the board.
And this one looks good. It is.
I need to stop.
He's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal.
Hey.
Luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And running with power here. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking
route.
game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the block.
Whose man was that?
So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
A big play there for Philly. 42 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Swift going to try up the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you've got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. He finds his tight end, got it.
Oh, ball's out. Oh, my gosh.
Like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh,
and now
shit.
before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Oh. Okay, somehow I need to...
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll set up to throw.
Ah, good call.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage.
Jalen Hurts with another touchdown rushing. 13 touchdowns, led all quarterbacks last year on the ground. No one else had more than 8. And, of course, we all remember the 3-touchdown game in the Super Bowl. So called running plays or scrambles, Jalen Hurts is dangerous.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Stafford going up top for Kupp. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
To throw is Stafford.
Oh,
Hit as he throws
I
there,
had it.
incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing on 3rd down.
oh,
Stafford.
come on.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles
Such a
get there
cheap-
for the sack.
Cheap blitz.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Ethan Evans now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Such a cheap blitz.
It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still
rough
remain.
Rough
we
one,
step
fellas.
aside.
Rough one.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Ooh, that's a terrible drop.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
I'll give it a shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Thank you.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And they'll start with great position at the 41-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
I don't like it.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Returnable now for Allen. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll run right here with Swift.
Oh, man.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 93 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. First down, and they go with Swift again. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw here. He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he's got this down to the 35.
Made the call.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. On the handoff, this is Swift.
Ah, man, too many holes.
Touchdown!
Ah, man.
DeAndre Swift, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to add on to that lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play.
True, any play.
Right,
Elliott good with a PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Renfro. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Middle. Monday.
Now Stafford. That's down the field for Jefferson. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by James Bradbury. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Here's Hurts to throw.
How do I keep missing that?
Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
I keep missing
The
that.
Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, good move. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more
Man, they just
turnovers,
swinging over
and see
there.
how that works.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Pulled in at the 24. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Byron Young there on the stop.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
Oof, good catch.
It's Brown. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard
Get there
line.
in time.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 5
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw him through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run here with Swift.
Good job,
He's
fellas.
not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Oh, man.
Loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play we just saw.
Oh, come on, man. Punt the effing ball, bro.
That's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes. And
Oh,
they've been
my
huge
goodness
for him.
gracious.
Kinda
4th and
like a
1.
baseball
You're up
hitter
4
in the
scores.
zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Jesus Christ.
Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. Wow, I mean, it's so rare to even see one attempted from that distance, CD, let alone converted, but he came through with confidence and matches what was Tom Dempsey's 43-year NFL record at one point of 63 yards.
Yeah, I can still see that highlight of Dempsey making that kick, and nowadays we see it a little bit differently because, remember, Dempsey was a straight-on kicker. But these guys nowadays, the range keeps increasing, and they keep putting it through the posts.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Going right back to Akers. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he is going to have a Rams first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. Stafford going to give this to Akers, fighting him off. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here comes the Rams punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not, and I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out, and you and I, let's get to the airport.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Now 2nd and 9. On the counter, this is Akers. And he is back in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
We often talk of situations.
Oh, man. Good game, bro.
The
Team
defense
is
did
good.
their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Eagles, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Anything open. He's sitting in a, it's like a cover 4, but everyone's, I mean, it's pretty good. It's a 4-4 defense, looks like 4-4. And he just dropped zone. Cover 4 drop zone. He just blew right by. Look at this tackle. Come on, bro. Immediate threat. Try to step up, too. Damn, some of these blocking. That's 4, 5, 6. And whose man is that? That was 50. 50 bit big time on the play action. Jesus. This one, I don't know what I was. I mean, I thought I had. It was probably just a bad route combo, though. I should have threw it here. But I needed a first down, too. Again, 4-4. 8 dropping back. Actually, probably should have ran it. If I see it again, I'll know what to do. That was a good game, though.